somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Hey, happy New Year. We are live, guys. We are live. Welcome to another live episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And tonight's show is going to be proudly sponsored by EB Tax Solution, your trusted partner for transparent tax advice. Led by Evin Basher, their expert team goes above and beyond to simplify personal and business taxes while helping you save. Visit ebtaxsolution.net for stress-free tax services that you can count on.
And you can go to, again, ebtaxsolutions.net to get your tax refund, advance of $7,000, fast, reliable, and professional services. And listen, he's going to have a special offer for all of our guests on tonight. So get ready.
Get ready. All right, Miss Arletha.
All right, so we want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. We want you to level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes and want to share their wisdom in both personal and professional leadership development. So whether you're just starting out or already established, this is your compass towards success. So if you like how that sounds, and please follow, share, and like all of our social media platforms, and don't forget to click the notification bell.
All right, guys, you guys missed us. We hope we missed you guys.
Yes, we did.
We know we've been keeping you guys informed with some of our previous shows that we've had, which has been some really good shows. We're getting a lot of new likes and viewers. So we try to keep it going, and tonight we're going to keep doing the same thing. So hopefully everybody had a good ending of the year.
Yes.
Coming into the new year. Mine was good. It was kind of rocky. I had
turbulent.
A few things. It was turbulent.
Yes.
But I made it. Go ahead, Arletha, share with them how your year ended and how it came in.
Let's see. It was so much. What I will say is, we ended the year talking about minding your business and putting some things in place. And I was on a mission to check off a list of about 80 different things.
Hey, Rissa.
And y'all, I'm so proud of how the year ended. Those few big things that I didn't get to finish, they weren't going to get finished last year anyway. So I'm at peace with that, but we definitely are positioned to have a smooth selling 2025. And I would say I'm just finding myself in a place of, I have some non-negotiables, y'all. And there's like some things I'm not interested in, conversations I just refuse to have.
Right.
Some tolerances that I just don't have, because I ain't got time. And I meant to say it just like that. I ain't got time. Okay.
Ain't got time for that.
And so, this is my year of peace, prosperity, productivity. Okay, listen, I ain't got time. And if it don't serve the purpose of God that He has revealed to me, it's a hard no.
I know that's right.
So that's where I'm at.
Well, I tell you what, mine was turbulent, but I got a lot of things done. First, I want to thank everybody for your prayers for that you were sending in during the passing of my sister, which was a really it was rough for me. It was a rough time as it would be. But I can feel the prayers and you all's and the support, the inboxes and all the special messages you guys sent to me really helped me get through that. Right around that whole time, I wound up having a procedure done on my back. Oh my God,
you had two in the same month. Y'all, look, that deductible was paid. that out of pocket was met. You know?
I had 2 procedures.
We getting all the things, okay?
Yeah, 2 procedures done on my back, 1 procedure done on my nose. I had the procedure done on my nose on the 31st. So the last day of the year, I was under anesthesia. Mm-hmm. But I was alert enough to pray the new year in with my wife. We prayed the new year in. So I'm getting better, but we're still working out the kinks. But it set me up to do some stuff that I really, really been wanting to do. So hey, it's all good. I'm good. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Rich. I had 2 of them, but that's because I gotta. So I'm doing stuff I need to do. I'm dropping the weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unbigging his back.
Unbigging my back.
Big back.
And incorporating the exercise, eating right. Yeah. You know, whatever she cooked that's healthy, I'm eating it. So all of this for ultimate goal of some things that I have planned to do. Right now, I mean, I haven't been able to breathe this well in forever. If you can say the name, I can never say the name.
Septoplasty.
Septoplasty.
Yeah. They had to go in and shave down
some stuff or whatever.
All that up in there.
But I'm able to breathe. But then right after they did it, I got the worst sinus infection that I'm still trying to get rid of. You know, but I can breathe, so that's all I can say. I'm really happy about that. So we got it set up for us to go into this new year doing what we got to do. I do want to encourage people because for some reason people are feeling like if the year didn't start off the way that they wanted it to, it's like, oh man, well I'm gonna be ready for 2026. No, you got a whole year. Okay, just because it didn't go how you thought, start off how you thought, don't mean that you just throw the whole year away. Make the best of your time. You understand what I'm saying? Daily, and you know what I mean? Get yourself together,
and
get
mind your business, because you should have got rid of some stuff last year that is going to afford you the capacity, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, to take control of this year and have some peace so you can have a sober mind and you ain't emotionally navigating through this year. That's so exhausting.
Very.
So if you haven't, all right,
keep you know what? Keep your inspirations before you. What I can say, keep when I say keep your inspirations before you. Like for me, I'm looking forward to my music endeavors and careers that I have. So what I keep before me is I always have songs in my heart. I always got, you know, music in my head and my heart that I'm listening to that inspires me. Arletha, when she's working on her so many things she's working on, she has her inspirations of the things that she's creating. She has her y'all listen, y'all blessed to see one of her butterfly. She keep her butterfly around because that's like an inspiration to her to never a reminder about the whole butterfly effect and what's actually happening, even when people not seeing what's happening and it's looking rough on the outside. People don't know that something beautiful is being created on the inside. So she keep reminding. She got her sunflowers. Just keep reminders around you to keep you motivated and keep you remembering. Okay, that you got to keep moving forward. So y'all know we're gonna do that first part to go ahead and do our encouragement. But now we're gonna get our announcement out the way so we can get this roll on the show. Here you go. If you are running out of time, you're in that position where you say, "Oh snap, where can I get my ink fingerprints done ASAP?" Wait a minute. On Point Alliance has availability within 24 hours. Let me go ahead and book that right now. So you can scan the barcode, get yourself on the calendar so we can get your fingerprints done for you, because we know that a lot of agencies will wait to the last minute, what we come to know, and people have that quick deadline. Go ahead and get yourself scanned, and we at On Point Alliance will get you taken care of. Also, we're thanking everybody. We're actually getting ready to do another push because really didn't do it the way we wanted to do, but we're going to do this push of the secret recipes of an overcomer. If you have not ordered your copy, you want to go ahead. We've already been getting testimonials of how this book has blessed people. We got a testimony of our entire family that sat down in their living room and read this book together. and reached out to us and let us know how impactful this book has been to each of the individuals in that household.
Yeah.
So don't miss out on yours. Go ahead and get your copy where the authors are the recipes in this book. There are a total of 8 of us, including hers truly, Arletha, and myself. Also inside of the book are actual real life food recipes that goes along, inspired by our stories. So you want to go ahead and grab that copy, and you can grab it today.
You won't be disappointed.
You will not. Arletha, I think it's time for us to get this road on the show.
Listen, we have our honorary
co-host,
yours truly, the tax ninja, the tax assassin. Okay, y'all listen. Y'all go on and on.
Right,
Evin Basher. Yeah,
the one and only.
Welcome,
sir.
Back.
Hello, everyone. How are you all?
We are wonderful.
We are good, man. Ready to get into this get into the conversation. What I did like was even in the rebroadcast we've been playing, we've got a lot of people that's been watching the rebroadcast. So I'm sure when we let everybody know you would come back on today, people got a lot of questions. So we want to bring the master back so he can come on in and help put our mind at ease with all these tax questions coming up on the time.
So for those who have not had an opportunity to be graced by one of the previous episodes, just tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do, and we can take it from there.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me, Travis and Arletha. My name is Evin Basher. I am the CEO and founder of EB Tax Solutions, LLC. We operate out of DFW. We handle individual and business tax preparation services, as well as notary services. Also, if you are looking to get a business going and get it started with an LLC, whatever the case may be, we offer business formation services. So we assist you with getting your business up and running. We make sure that if you need a virtual address and you need to get that set up, we help as well. Also, if you need some solutions for getting a business account set up, we definitely assist with that, because one thing that we do, if you come through our office and you have a dream or you have an idea, we want to make sure that you make that dream a reality, and then you can get pushing forward from there. So we want any of our clients to come through. If they have a goal that they're trying to reach, then we're going to help you reach it any way possible.
Awesome.
Sounds like a plan. So you want me to ask the first question? All right. So one of the things that I've been hearing people talk about, including my mom, and I definitely want to bring some clarity, especially for her, so that about the $1,400 COVID tax, whatever you call it. Can you please give us some clarity on that? There are some who are believing that everybody's going to get this $1,400, and it don't matter if you got it before. It just says to me that people really don't even understand what it really is. So you can shine some light on that particular topic.
Absolutely. So based on the legislation back, I believe it was tax year 2021, when the legislation began to roll out the stimulus payments, there were individuals who never received a stimulus payment, or when they went to file their taxes, if they did file their taxes, they noted that they never received the $1,400 credit, or if they never filed, they never received it in the first place. So what the Internal Revenue Service is doing is they're going ahead and ensuring that those individuals who have not claimed their stimulus payment, they are sending those payments out to those individual taxpayers. Some may not know, and I want to say it's to the tune of about 2 million taxpayers who don't. So that's definitely a lot. So if there's someone who is looking to say, hey, did I receive it? Do I know if a check is coming my way? You can log into your ID.me account on the Internal Revenue Service website and just check your transcript. Normally on your transcript, even if you have not filed, it just has some information on there from some W-2s or information that have been filed if you haven't filed your tax return. But I would recommend any individual who thinks that they may be receiving it, or they haven't filed, but they're not too entirely sure, just check your IRS tax transcript just to see if that amount is posted on your account.
And can you say again where they would go and check that?
Sure. It's their ID.me account. And so that's just
ID.me.
their online account on the Internal Revenue Service website.
ID.me. I don't know, for some reason I can't remember. I guess it was so turbulent during the time. I don't remember. I don't remember if we got it or not. I
I
really
know,
can't.
right?
My mom was like, said, "Did you get it?"
So
And I
we're gonna have
said,
to
"I
go
don't."
check.
She said, "I did." I'm like, I can't remember. It was too turbulent during that time, so I don't really know what wound up happening. But the best way to do it is to find out by going to ID.me, which is a government website, and it'll show on there if you actually did receive the $1,400. Was it? Is it like a tax credit, or what is it called?
It's a stimulus payment. So it's a
Also,
stimulus.
it is a stimulus.
Correct. Mm.
Okay,
So, and everybody loves a free check in the mail, which is great,
I do.
especially there. So I would just, it's not, if you go to ID.me, it may take you somewhere else. So I would go to the Internal Revenue Service website and then click sign into my account, and you can navigate there. That will take you to where you can utilize ID.me to log in.
Okay.
You just said something that I was about to say. We got to be careful, guys, because there's so much scammy stuff out there, and you got to be careful with clicking on all of these different links if it's not the irs.gov.
Exactly.
Pay attention to the domain, and if you guys don't know what that means, you can Google it, and ways to not, just some suspicious links. It's called phishing. And that way it can help you identify when you're getting these emails and text messages what's a possible threat. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And so tonight our goal is to bring some clarity on some things, dispel some things,
Right.
and make sure that folks not panicking and thinking that is something's going on that may not even be the case, and you can get some legitimate direction on tonight. So that's the whole purpose of tonight. And Evin made it clear what's facts today. Go ahead and share that, like just our disclaimer. Go ahead. On it could change tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
What you were sharing about that.
Yeah, it could definitely change tomorrow. So we, really, it depends on there's a lot of information, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So really, it's not always taking things at face value.
Right.
Normally, a lot of times, you may see something and think, oh, that sounds about right, but you always have to fact check and check your sources. For example, the new information that people are saying about Trump and the child support information, none of that information has been made into law just yet. Nothing has been posted on the IRS website. So a lot of times I just err on the side of caution. If I can't find a source, there is no credible source, and then
Right.
we only can see what we can see for the most part. Because I can go on today and post that I want to make a new law, and hopefully somebody will catch on. But other than
Right.
that,
That's all it
I
takes.
will say exactly. So we want to just be mindful and be diligent when we're hearing this information, and also using discernment as well. We have to know, hey, is this actually right in what we're seeing? So just definitely just being mindful and just making sure we're fact checking a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. Wait a minute, this yo-yo of a decision concerning the BOI, because for 1 week it got really crazy. It's on, it's off. You can do it, don't do it. You better do it. We're gonna find you. No, we're not. You can do it. Please help us understand where we are with the BOI.
Absolutely. And for a while with the BOIs, the beneficial owners interest report. So essentially this is FinCEN coming in saying we're trying to cut down on any fraud or money laundering or any kind of those crimes that are going on. So what they're making, anyone who has an LLC or generally any kind of corporations, they're going to make sure that you're filing who the owner is of that actual entity. So what has come down is that an judicial executive order that's basically saying, hey, any of these, excuse me.
Where was John when the lights went off?
I'm preaching the lights off. So anytime that So basically, if someone is, has a business and they're not reporting who the owner is, the fence in is saying, hey, we're going to look down and say, this isn't right. So what they're doing is they're putting a hold on that. So that's still on hold as of right now. If you were to navigate to fencein.gov and actually go in to attempt to file your beneficial owner's interest report, that banner will be up there at the top saying there's this judicial order in place where it's not required at the moment. So you can attempt to go in if it lets you get as far as you would like to file that BOI report. I would say go ahead, but currently it's not a requirement. They pretty much just put it on hold until further notice.
Right.
Okay.
And it's called a beneficial owner's
interest report.
Interest report. Okay. Because I know Arletha tried to do. I remember yelling out. She tried to do it. It was like they was.
Yeah, my tax specialist, my tax professional, like, look, if you can do it. So I was keeping my eye on it, Evin. I was being diligent, and so it kept giving me that message. Only let me go so far. So I'm like, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I tell you what. At this time, I guess it'll probably be. Well, no, we can go. You already kind of touched on it a little bit, but we want to go ahead while we're talking about it, since the the inauguration was today. And I was told there were like over 100 executive orders that were going into place at 12 noon today. So go ahead and give us some clarity concerning the child support, because as Arletha stated before, it was this way all the time. And I've heard several people with tax people talking about that this has been that way all the time. But then there were some things concerning how long the child would how much of a percentage of the time did the child stay with the parent who will be filing the child support, and how all that will play a part in it. So if you can give us some clarity on this child support business, the community would appreciate it.
Because everybody want a viral TikTok. Child, did
All
you
right.
know your baby daddy gonna get all the tax money? You know?
And it's people, women, and they say it's really sad for single moms, and I can understand why they would be nervous at this point too.
Right,
but I'm
they get
sure
$27 in child support, and the daddy get to claim the taxes. Come on,
I'm sure there's some clarity to that. So we're all ears.
So a little bit of context really is that what they're referring to is that if an individual is paying child support to someone else for their child, is that they can either claim the child or they cannot, essentially, because they're the ones who are actually making those payments. And really it comes down to custody. So if you are the custodial parent and you're the one who is receiving those payments and all that, those payments that you are receiving are non-deductible. That's non-deductible. You can't claim that as income, essentially. And so what they're saying is that the custodial parent can either accept those payments or they can say the other person or the individual who's making those payments to you can claim that child on their taxes. Currently, that is not a law that's been made into effect yet. That is something that, as of right now, if you were to go and do some fact checking and things like that, there's nothing that's been posted, even on the Internal Revenue Service website, that states that that is something that's into law currently. Usually the custodial parent who is paying over 50% of the cost to keep up the home, the child stays with the parent over half of the time as well. And they pay for all the costs and anything else. That is the individual who can claim that child on the return.
Okay, that makes sense.
So basically, you can't listen to TikTok for everything. Get a recipe from TikTok. Learn how to fix something in your house. When it comes down to taxes, go to the IRS website or have your replicable tax preparer to get your information from. Is that about right?
Correct. I mean, that's definitely where you want to get your information. There are other people who pick and choose what information they want to grab and then maybe share it. However, getting your own interpretation is always great because that's how we're always well informed. A lot of people used to say and still say to this day, in all things, get an understanding. So I always want to make sure that my understanding is clear versus just based off what someone else read.
This is true. This is true. Well, we've been getting a lot of information, a lot of clarity. Hopefully everybody's appreciated this information. We're going to ask you guys to, if you haven't, go ahead, like, share, and continue to follow us. We're going to go ahead at this moment and hear from our other sponsor, and then we'll come right back. When we come back, Evin, what I want to do is we're going to just give you the floor and let you share some of the things that you have to share with us, and then we'll float the boat that way. Sounds like a plan?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll get this road on the show, and we'll be right back, y'all.
80% of busy professionals struggle with last-minute fingerprinting. We get it. Finding reliable fingerprinting services can be a real headache, especially when time isn't on your side. Have you had appointments canceled without notice? Or searched endlessly for places that actually do traditional ink fingerprinting? At On Point Alliance, we value your time. That's why we offer appointments within 24 hours, so you can meet your deadlines with ease. No more worrying about last-minute cancellations or unavailability. We're here to make the process smooth and stress-free. Book now and get your ink fingerprinting done on time. We have availability within 24 hours. Scan the QR code or visit us online to
All right, guys, we are back. I got to give me some pliers to fix that woman's voice. Every time she cut out on me, I got to give me some pliers to fix that woman's voice. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Evin Basher of EB Tax Solutions. I almost say EBT, but EB Tax Solutions. He's giving us the 411 and the scoop on taxes, everything dealing with tax clarity, the right information, no misinformation, just clear information. And so at this time, we're going to go ahead and I'm sorry.
Before you jump in, Evin, we want to give you opportunity to tell how the viewers can connect with you and to get a quote, and what is it that you're offering our viewers on today?
Absolutely. So currently we do have our website where a lot of our prospective clients can reach us, which is EB Echo Bravo Tax Solutions.net. That has all the information regarding our firm and how we help all of our clients and prospective clients as well. That's pretty much our main go-to. We also have our Instagram and Facebook pages as well. So that pretty much has all of our current posts and up-to-date posts about what's happening within the firm, what we're doing for the community, which we have a lot that's upcoming as well for this tax season and next as well. So that's generally how to reach us. Currently for Mind Your Business Monday, for anyone who is coming into our firm and needing a quote, they can go onto our website or onto one of our socials. They can just download the link that we have, which is our questionnaire. When you're inputting the information, it has an option to where you can select how you reached us, who referred you. If you mention Mind Your Business Monday, we'll give you half off on our services. So any of our services will give you half off. So that's 50%. And that makes you think, Evin, how much do you charge? How much does your firm charge, right? So generally with our firm, with tax preparation, we charge by the form. So it just depends on your specific situation. So it definitely just depends. And our firm is definitely great. We're family owned and we work with each and every one of our clients. So definitely love to hear from you or anyone who wants to reach out or ask any questions.
And you work with so what if someone lives outside of Texas? Can you work with them?
Yes, we operate in all 50 states.
And I was specifically asked on Facebook, do you work with students?
Yes, students are what we specialize in because a lot of them, they don't really know as much. We're huge on education. So anyone who's a student who's coming in and they're trying to understand their situation and where they want to go, we can definitely take them on and kind of just hold their hand throughout the whole process and make sure they understand, their journey, their tax situation, even going forward and where they're looking to go.
Can you help mama and auntie with their circuit breakers?
I don't know about that. I could probably find somebody who can, but we can just we find solutions, right? We help you with solutions.
Okay. So y'all gotta look. You gotta work. We gotta figure out something on the circuit breaker. All right, so that's what we needed to know. But yeah, go ahead.
So you got the floor, sir. Evin, go ahead and give us some more information. Everything you got.
Sure. So I want to talk to a lot of our taxpayers now for 2025, because now we're filing right now for tax year 2024, but now we're trying to ensure that all of our clients understand, our prospective clients or any taxpayer, they know what they need to do and what they need to look out for tax year 2025. So essentially, I want to talk about the standard deductions. A lot of people think, oh, it's just essentially the deduction that everybody gets and everything as well. But it's important to know how much it is and dependent upon your filing status. So for 2025, there was an elevation or an increase in the standard deductions for each filing status. So for single married filing separately, that amount is $15,000. For head of household, that's $22,500. And for a married filing joint, that's $30,000. And so you may be wondering, what do these amounts mean? So with these specific amounts, if you make under whatever these amounts are, you are technically not required to file a federal tax return. However, if you are expecting a return or a refund, or if you could have enough credits in your tax situation to receive a refund based off your specific situation, it may be in your best interest to go ahead and file your return. Most times, if you need to itemize, so let's say you make well over the 22,500 mark and you make $75,000 and you're looking to itemize. If you need to itemize your itemized deductions must exceed the standard deduction in order for you to itemize. If you only have for the itemization, or excuse me, the standard deduction for 2025 is $22,500. So if you didn't donate enough, if your mortgage interest isn't over that amount, any other taxes that you paid as far as property tax or anything like that, if all that amount culminates and that does not exceed that $22,500, that standard deduction amount is automatically going to apply. So normally, if you have any donations, so let's say you're moving and you say, hey, we don't need this couch anymore, I want to get a new couch. You can donate your couch that you currently have to Goodwill, Red Cross, or maybe donate it to the church or whatever the case may be, and you can write that off as a deduction essentially, because you're actually donating to charity. Let's say you have some clothes, or maybe you're donating to someone who was affected in the LA fires. If you have clothes or any items like that you can donate, that is actually a write-off, because those are items that you are sending out for someone who needs the relief or just some sort of charity. So those are the main things I essentially wanted to touch on initially at first.
Awesome. So in regards to donation, so what if, because I donate a lot of clothes and putting them in the bins at the Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's nobody there to give me a receipt or something. How do I handle being able to get credit for those things?
Well, you want to make sure that, most places, like if you were to go to Goodwill, right, you take some clothes at Goodwill, they have a form, which is a 1095C that they give you, or it's just a document that you can say, hey, I donated this information or all these clothes, I donated these electronics. You want to keep a written record of what it is as well, because most times you also want to keep a record of how much said item that you're donating or said items that you are donating cost throughout the year. In addition to that, if you are someone who's heavy on tithing, usually we are expected to tithe our first 10% of our income. You can write that off as a cash donation as well. So a lot of individuals, they go throughout the whole year and may not tithe or give to their local church or anyone or anything. Then they go to New Year's service or New Year's Eve watch night service and then just drop a lump sum amount that they can claim on their taxes. Whatever the case may be, you can also claim that as an itemized deduction.
So if I donate and it's not a situation where I'm being handed a receipt, basically I can just keep a written just written documentation of the value of what I gave away.
Correct. You want to make sure that you have the fair market value of it, because that's what it's based off of when you're actually trying to write it off. Because normally that information, sort of like a car, it depreciates over time. So you want to take that fair market value. So let's say if you purchase a couch or a love seat, let's say you purchased that back in 2019. And over time, up until 2025, that depreciates down to the fair market value, and you donate it. You kind of want to get a running amount of what that fair market value would be, and then total that up with any other items that you're donating.
So, and keeping it a buck, that's where we have a good tax preparer, because most of us don't know how to do that, or somebody gave it to us and we're gifting it to somebody else. So if we may not know how to go and calculate how much it's actually worth, that's something our tax professional should be able to kind of guide us through and come up with a reasonable amount that will keep us from having the people knocking at our door talking about where your stuff at, where your papers at, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Y'all heard that. So keep track. Okay.
Market value.
Yes.
Not what you paid for it 4 years ago. I paid good money. I paid good money for this.
Right. Okay.
So I tell you what, that is some great information. Now, I have been hearing about some how the earlier part of I guess leading into the new year, how the government starts taking on like returns before the actual main rush comes, something like a tryout or whatever. Those some of those returns have been coming back and being rejected because of this 1095 thing. Can you share some information on what's that all about?
So the 1095 is basically the individuals who have the healthcare or marketplace healthcare, essentially.
Okay.
So that's a tax document that's normally provided to all of those individuals who have taken advantage of that health option throughout the entire year. Now, if you go through your return and you do not, let's say the healthcare.gov, essentially they will issue that amount or that information, and you can go onto healthcare.gov and access that document. If you're unaware, if you don't know if you're supposed to be receiving that document, you can always pick up the phone and call healthcare.gov, and they will give you the amounts over the phone, or you want to ensure that you obtain that document. Because if you do not file that document, to your point, that return will come back rejected, and it will not let you move forward unless it's filed.
Wow. And that's what's happening to a lot of people. Is being rejected and returned back to them because they say they have to have that 1095 with them.
Absolutely. And really, you want to make sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
Really, you want to make sure that you have it. So if it comes back, I normally just advise my my clients, if for whatever reason I'm filing, did you have a 1095? Did you have Obamacare, whatever the case may be? They say, oh yeah, no, I didn't have it. And then we file it, and it comes back. They're saying, oh, possibly a 1095A should have been filed. And then I get on the phone with my client. I'm saying, hey, log into your healthcare.gov account if you have one, or give them a call and see if you have an account with them. And if so, we need that document before we can move forward with filing and getting your return accepted. So really, we have to make sure we hold our clients accountable, especially if they know that there's some information out there, and say, hey, we need just the required documentation before we can move forward and get their return process.
So what would you say for that person who got marketplace insurance and had a zero deductible? They turned into a social media influencer and made $100,000, didn't report that they made that money, and they said that they was paying a zero deductible and was only supposed to be capped and supposed to report it after $19,000, but they made $100,000. Just that scenario. What does that look like? Like what are some examples of something that person may encounter?
Well, it just depends on the situation, but I would say, if anything, always call. If they even know that there's a possibility that it could get hung up because they're missing something. You may have a client who you filed their return last year and they had the 1095A, and then you're filing their return this year and they're like, no, I didn't have it. But then they get to the rejected status and it's there. So, there comes a point where we have to understand where we were before versus where we are today, because a
Right.
lot of clients will come to you and say, well, I don't have this from last year. I don't have this from last year. And then we hit a roadblock. So it's a point of ensuring that we are doing our due diligence as preparers, because if we're not, then that can fall back on us. A lot of people say, oh,
Hmm.
I'm doing my taxes, I might get locked up or anything. Well, it can come back on the preparer as well. The IRS will go through a couple rounds and say, well, we'll slap you with a fine. We'll slap you with another fine. And after that, if it gets to a certain point, then we can no longer practice before the IRS and handle our business. So there are checks and balances that the Internal Revenue Service goes through as well to ensure that we have integrity when we're filing
Right.
the returns.
Right.
Okay, and that question just came because it was a conversation where, you know, you having a rough patch, but your life changed as it should,
Mhm.
and you just went with it, but didn't go back and say, hey, I'm doing better now, because you didn't want a deductible or whatever. You just neglected to update the situation
Mhm.
and don't know that they gonna find out, and you could possibly owe because you exceeded that amount that you said you made at the beginning to be eligible for
For
that
that.
$0 or $12 deductible that you had. So
Right.
that's why, yeah, I was just one, like, just encountering that, people just being prepared. Yeah, your life went on, you doing better as it should, but hey, your point, we need to do our due diligence. You need someone that's going to hold the client accountable, because this will come
Right.
back on you. Your company is not just out here doing stuff, hooking up stuff so everybody can get these fat returns and then the IRS at their door,
Right.
you
Mhm.
know. So that's why I wondered about that.
And the IRS will say because the client is an individual who signed off on the return. So they'll come to the client first and say, hey, what's this? What's happening on your return? And then, in some cases, the client may say, well, no, my preparer, I went over this with them. And then they'll say, well, you signed it. This is your signature. This is what you agreed to. And so,
Right.
it can be a ping pong there as well.
Right.
But it's important that you have a reputable tax preparer with credentials who can take you through that process and help you understand that moving forward.
Hmm.
Now, you shared a link with us for those who are not sure about their tax preparer's credentials and may be looking for one. You said this link. We'll go ahead and put it on the screen. Tell us about this.
Absolutely. I love this link, actually. So, this is a great way for anyone who's looking for a reputable tax preparer or someone to assist them in the right direction to go to the IRS website. This is a site on the Internal Revenue Services site where you can input the zip code and any individual who you're looking to. So, if you go to our website, EV Tax Solutions LLC, you look up 75022, you put in my last name, Basher, you should see my credentials pull up in there. So if you have a tax professional who you're looking to have them do your return, and you know what they're based out of with their zip code, you can put in their zip code, their last name, and see if it pulls up whatever credentials they have. So it's definitely important for a lot of taxpayers now to know who they can trust in this industry, because the industry has a lot that's going on. Even a lot of returns that are being going through now. A lot of individuals are being issued IP pins, identity protection pins, just to ensure that no one else is filing a return on their behalf, which the Internal Revenue Service has done a lot, especially beginning last year, by having individuals verify their returns. So they may have to show up in person to verify their return. They may have to call over the phone and verify their return. They may have to access an online site to verify their return. So the Internal Revenue Service is changing. They're shifting a lot. They're hiring more individuals to crack down on fraudulent returns for identity theft.
That because everybody want to get you $1 million advance. Everybody, I can get you, and all you seeing up and down TikTok, people complaining about these new tax preparers popping up and can get advance, and it's just going real bad. Okay,
Right.
so when certain flags start popping up, go check them out on this link and see what's up over there before you really start digging down into giving these people all your information. And
Right.
then you get jacked.
That is actually going to be the last thing that we actually talk about. You guys talk right up on it when we actually come back. But right now we are being graced, enlightened, and educated by Mr. Evin Basher of EB Tax Solutions. Got all this information that he is providing. Not $1 million.
Just
only
enough.
7,000. Only 7,000.
up to
$7,000 at EB Tax Solutions. So he is hitting us with all the good information, the facts, and the solutions, because that's what it is that he does. He's giving us the solutions to those tax questions and tax
and put his
issues.
website back up.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna definitely put it back up, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take this last break, and then we're gonna come back with the last portion of the show. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We will be right back. What's up, game changers? Ready to tap into the heartbeat of all things Mind Your Business Monday? Check out Buzz Circuit. It's your go-to hub for the latest announcements, including challenges, giveaways, the freshest MYB of merchandise, special guests, events, and even those fun behind-the-scenes moments we just can't keep to ourselves. Want the full scoop? Don't miss the Buzz Circuit highlight video during our show. And for more buzzworthy updates, swing by our website, www.mybmlive.com. Think of it as your VIP pass to all the buzzworthy happenings in our world. Stay connected, stay informed, and always be the first to know. All right. We are back.
Evin, you need one of those little dancing flowers that keep moving.
Yeah.
Every time you get too still, your lights go out.
Got to conserve energy as much as we can over here. So
Right.
I ain't mad at you. You got to do what you do.
Right.
But the last thing we were going to talk about was the tax amendments. So when you have the situation where, like we had in the past, where somebody they wasn't a tax ninja, but they cut our stuff up real good for us. They chopped our stuff up real good with some nunchucks.
And the new bookkeeper found some discrepancies.
Mercy Lord.
Like, no, you actually can file an amendment. Could you talk about that if someone finds themselves in a situation where they did not, their previous tax preparer didn't maybe get them all the credits or the amount that they everything they could have taken advantage of, they did.
Right.
Absolutely. So really an amendment, when you file it, your usual return that you file, your individual tax return, is what's known as the 1040. The amendment is known as a 1040X. So that is a document that's filed after your return has been filed and accepted. And let's say if you have received your refund, you received your refund and then, or you paid your dues, and then you realize that there's a discrepancy. At that point, you want to ensure that if you're taking it to your prior tax professional or whoever's filing your amendment, you want to make sure that you furnish them the original tax return so they can compare that in their software to whatever needs to be changed. A lot of times there may be an instance where let's say you're a business owner. You didn't take advantage of as many of your deductions as you would like to, or maybe you took advantage of too many deductions, and the Internal Revenue Service is saying, hey, can you substantiate this amount, or whatever the case may be. But you want to ensure that you furnish the individual initial return to whoever's filing your amendment so they can make sure they have the correct information. Because a lot of individuals may say, well, I had a return that was filed for me and I need to amend it, but they don't have a copy of their return. So
Right.
you always want to make sure that you have a copy of your return handy. And that's actually required to be provided by the preparer.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all heard that? So if you're not sure, EB Tax Solutions. Okay.
We popped it up again.
Get your life in order.
Get it together.
Gonna keep you from being audited. Go to EB Tax Solutions. Let Evan and his team get your life in order. So this is regardless if it's personal or business, correct, Evan?
Absolutely. We handle small business and individual taxpayer returns.
All right.
All right. One more time. We're gonna make sure we have the your
That's the
website up there.
website. So y'all got that. And those who want to schedule to get your free quote, here is the link for that. But again, you can get this link off of his website as well.
Right,
All
you
right.
can.
All right. And he served all 50 states, students. He specializes in students, and he can do personal or business taxes. All right. So I think, did we cover what you wanted to cover on today, Evan?
Yeah, just about. I would like to just make a quick note for anyone who, let's say you just got a new job and you're wondering, what's this W-4 document, right? That's definitely a big thing that can make or break what you receive, or if you have to owe for the next tax year. So now is a great time to talk about it. Really, it just decides, what do you want to do? Do you want a smaller refund and a bigger paycheck, or do you want a bigger refund and a smaller paycheck? That's the difference there. For individuals who want a smaller refund and a bigger paycheck, what you want to do is you want to claim either head of household or married filing jointly. Really, what the W-4 document is saying is you are letting your employer know how you should be taxed federally, essentially. So let's say you're looking to have a bigger refund come the next tax year. You can claim as single on, or just check the little box that says single on the W-4. So that will ensure that you will get taxed as a single individual versus someone who's getting taxed as married, filing joint, or head of household. And at that point, whenever you're being taxed or when you receive your returns, you may see a little bit more come out if you're claiming as single. Another thing, which is really quick, that I want to make sure is that if you're looking to have a bigger return or a bigger refund on your W-4, the step 4, which asks you if you want to deduct any additional.
Give us one
I think
second.
we may have. Let me see. I think his connection. Let me see if he's still there.
You still there, Evan?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, just
you
dropped
went
a little
out.
bit.
Yeah. So, I don't even know.
He was right in the middle of something.
This second point. Start over.
Sure. So on the W-4, so step 4, so normally it's step 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the other thing that I want to touch on is step 4, specifically 4C. It asks you if you want to deduct any additional items. So normally, if you're looking to have a bigger refund come tax time, you can input an amount which is about $25 to about $50 in that field. So that's step 4, and that's C. If you do that, you could see some additional money come out, which is about $50 per paycheck throughout the year, which is essentially money that you're not receiving throughout the year. But if you're looking to have a bigger refund, it can make a difference throughout the entire year.
All right.
All right.
Well, I tell you what.
I'm glad you talked about, because I can't stand it for it. And I remember, I hated filling out that form because I never knew what to put.
Yeah. I think over the years we kind of learned, but at first it was like,
that's like,
Our big thanks and big ups to Mr. Evin Basher of EB Tax Solutions, guys, who come again and gave us all this great a wealth of a plethora of information. something that we can move forward in the new year as we get ready to prepare our taxes and get these returns back and keep us out of trouble with the government and the law.
Our honorary co-host
Honorary
on Mind
co-
Your Business Monday.
Thank you all. Thank you
You
so
are
much.
you are so welcome, sir. So what we're gonna actually get ready to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take this opportunity real quick to just invite you. If you are specialized in your area of expertise and want to come on and share your information with us, be our guest. We are inviting you right now to share your knowledge with us here on Mind Your Business Monday. All you got to do is go to www.mybmlive.com and you can fill out the information there.
Or you can scan on the brochure.
There you can. That right there. You can do that, and you too can come on and be our guest. So as we prepare to leave on tonight, we thank you all for watching. We thank you guys for following. Even those who can't be on with us live, we thank you guys for coming back in and watching and sharing the broadcast. We really do appreciate everything that you all do as we prepare to go. As we always say, we want you to know that growth doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So we're going to keep moving, keep learning, keep growing. And until next time, you all go ahead and remember to mind your business. We will see you guys again next week.
Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business.